Hello, everybody, and welcome to the seventh, I think,
Yeah, that
session
sounds right.
of
Who's
Apocalypse
counting?
World. You are joined with me, Josie, and are my good friends Apon,
Hello?
Wind,
Howdy.
and Seth.
Hey.
Uh, so when we last left off, someone got fucked up pretty hard, huh?
Yeah, that's for sure. Boy, was that exciting.
Yeah, someone lost some shit.
A little bit, though. It's okay, just a little.
So after all that fun shit happened,
Yep, fun.
Yep,
So fun. Here, let me sum up that actually.
yeah, I'm not playing that.
Yeah.
Regardless, you were likely taken back to Elena's medical hut, correct?
I assume so, unless they just
Probably.
left me there for a while.
Yeah, they just left you on the ground.
Yeah.
For a good.
Took you to Lugs
Uh,
first.
Rolled to see
Took
if
me
we
to
took
Lugs,
you or not.
got like a
But,
wrench stabbed through my arm before they realized it was a bad idea, you know.
Don't even
Yeah,
have
so-
their mom here.
So they took you to the medical hut, and you're probably going to be out for a good bit of this. But for the rest of you, you get to experience a relatively rare sort of violence that doesn't usually occur on your lovely little shack. Because Fuzz is really fucking pissed off. And she is screaming pretty much at Bung. You stupid piece of shit. You couldn't keep this fucking thing safe for one goddamn day. I told all of you. I knew that it wasn't going to be safe. And I swear to fucking God. Completely useless. What do we even fucking have you here for, you goddamn waste?
The fuck? Yo.
Bung, for his part, is kind of just taking it.
Where is Jerry's body at the moment?
It is strapped down with a great many belts nearby in the medical shack.
Is it moving?
Nope, it hasn't moved since Bung beat its head against the raft pretty hard.
Have we shot it yet?
No.
Can I shoot it?
You're unconscious.
I
You
know
are
I
quite
am.
unconscious.
When do we want? Sorry to interrupt the story starting, but are we gonna do HX? Are we gonna do not
Highlights?
HX? Our highlights tonight?
If y'all would like.
I'm
If any
fine
of you
with
feel
mine.
that,
I haven't. I'll just pick two.
what?
I erased mine last time, so I forgot what I had.
I'm sure one of them was hard.
Okay.
Other was probably weird.
Okay, I'll go with those.
But
and we can take down our countdown harm, right?
yeah, I'd say you're pretty healed up.
How much damage did I take?
You took 2 in the thing, but I'll say you heal 1 from medical bullshit.
Okay.
It's been at least a couple hours. Pretty much everybody that's close to you is currently kind of crowded into the medical hut building.
Okay.
Everyone's generally pretty quiet except for Fuzz, who is very loud. To which, also, I totally forgot that her name is fucking Lorem, not Elena. Which one was Elena? Or wait, no.
Elena was
Isn't
the
Elena
medic.
No, Elena
I
was
thought
the medic.
Elena
Lorem's the... I'm losing my shit.
No,
Lorem's
Elena
the
was the medic.
No, Lorem's the mechanic.
Yeah. Elena's the medic, right?
Yeah.
I just miswrote this.
And that's why Lug has a list of everyone's names and faces.
Anyway. But Elena interrupts Fuzz's screaming. Look, I can't work if you're all just gonna be screaming over his body. I need to do some disinfecting and other bullshit. So if you would like, I would greatly appreciate if you could just back off for a good bit. And Fuzz kind of like stews for a good second and then steps back, kind of, repeatedly clenching several parts of her body and unclenching, working through tension. Lena walks into the building and asks, so, what happened?
I'm unconscious, right?
Yes.
Okay. I can't input on this.
Yes. Fucking pissed. Like he's fucking dead.
I'm seething with rage even though I'm currently asleep.
Well, I guess Rusty'll step up and explain what happened to the best of his abilities. He was running with a mouthful of crackers and saw possibly just the last of it, with Bong beating the shit out of Fuckface Jerry.
Well, that's unfortunate, but we're hoping that I don't suppose he'll make a quick recovery, but regardless, things are looking up thanks to your actions. I'd like to discuss that with you a bit more, but she's cut off quite suddenly by a very loud sound that you recognize quite nicely, considering some recent events, as a very big explosion, very, very close.
Don't like that.
The lights flicker on and off and swing as you recognize that something has exploded pretty much on the roof of the medical shack.
Lug readies his gun.
Lena doesn't move for a good bit, and like you can see that like her eyes are kind of like darting everywhere, but then she like gets a hold of herself and picks up her radio. And suddenly there's a shitload of noise from the radio of people screaming out information and other horrid garbage. Linus gives orders through the radio, things that you can't really understand to people who you don't know. And then she turns to you and she says, "You two, with me, your forces, help mine, we're going."
Got it.
Elena looks to you and says, "I'll work on him as quickly as I can. You," and she points to Quill and is like, "Me? Yes, you. I recognize your hands. I need help with this. You help." And he's like, well, boss can't tell me no, so sure." And Quill stays behind. Everyone rushes outside to see like a pretty quick change of scenery in that everything is quite fucked. It's a little ways away, maybe a fair distance, but you recognize the sound of gunfire and an explosion at least like every half minute. Immediately, Lorem kind of briskly walks over to y'all and is like, "You," and points to Lug. "You're coming with me.
And he kind of just wobbles behind her.
I need your help."
Yeah, he's wobbling behind her as if to follow.
And she takes him off. Lena quickly throws a little walkie-talkie your way and says, "Keep in touch."
Is that to Lug?
Yes, to Lug.
Alrighty, I've got the walkie-talkie. Then he tries to catch it midair, but he kind of misses and it falls to the ground and he picks it back up.
Rad. Len comes dashing by and it's like, "Hey, I need somebody to go and look up to the sniper tower. I can't see. I'm not getting anything from them. Rusty, my dude, can you go and check up on that right now?"
I don't think I have the best eyesight either, but
We're strapped for people. Everybody's running out to the front. You have to go.
Okay then.
Thank you. Bye. And here, and he tosses you a little walkie-talkie.
Nice. Immediately does not eat it. Don't worry.
Oh, very good. Yes.
Aw dang, they get all the cool toys.
He eats the hang up button.
Doesn't know how to operate it, so while pressing down the button to talk, he forgets that you have to click it again to stop talking and start swearing.
It's like that scene in Splatoon where one of the characters holds their transceiver upside down and they talk, and the text shows up upside down.
It was Pearl, wasn't it?
That was Marie in the first game.
So Wind, Lauren brings you over to her workshop and like kind of shoves open the door, and immediately gets to ordering you around, telling you to pick up these tracks and set them on weird wheels. Gets you just bolting and doing a lot of weird shit with that strange box he you saw earlier.
What are we doing?
We're hopefully going to keep things from getting too out of hand. Regardless, hand me that wrench.
And it.
Okay, take this wrench back. Now, this is going to get a little strange, but I'm going to explain to you how to operate this. And at that point, we switch over to Rusty.
Oh,
Rusty, you've headed over to a particular lookout tower they've got, and sure enough, you don't see the telltale like rifle or the shine of any sort of binoculars from it.
right?
All right.
Alright, I don't see nothing.
Okay, and
Are you cutting out?
no, I'm saying okay, and
I don't know what you're wanting from me, I'm so sorry.
actions. What you're going to do about this?
Actions, well, I guess I say I don't know nothing. I press all the buttons on the radio as I do not know how to operate the radio. Trying to figure it out.
You press a bunch of buttons, but you eventually figure out there's just a particular button that is for getting words out to other people. And Len barks back, could you, I don't know, get up on the thing? Check on them? I want to know if they're there or if they're dead or what.
Alright, I'll head on up there then.
Slap on up over there.
Yeah, you slap on up the ladder, and you find a human figure, and they're there, and they're alive, and you can tell they're alive because they're hyperventilating. They seem to be panicking. Yeah.
Turning Fred butt down real quick. I absolutely cannot hear you. I'm so sorry. Fred butt is too quiet. Okay, now repeat that.
There is a figure up there. They're panicking.
Okay, well, I go up there, try my best to not get them to panic quite as much, and to figure out what's going on.
How do you do that then?
Oh,
Do you
well,
talk to them?
yeah.
And if you talk to them, say the words.
Hey buddy, hey, what's going on? You alright? What happened?
I don't understand. I'm not ready for this. They weren't supposed to come. They weren't supposed to be here. I don't know.
Who, buddy?
We're fighting them, of course.
Oh, them! Hey, I
They
didn't
weren't
know
ever
if there was
supposed to get
someone
this
else.
close.
Alright, then, yes, Rusty gets out the radio and said, like, tells Lynn about the forces, fucking, that we're fighting are here.
You hear gunshots on their end. Yeah, we got that part. Are they okay? Is my lookout okay?
Yeah, one dude's okay.
Okay, great. He's our sniper, but if he's what's wrong? Is he?
He's panicking.
Shit. Okay. Can you try to get them to not panic? Or
Yes.
if you can't manage that, could you be the lookout instead?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna pat this dude the best I can to help calm him down because I don't believe Rusty has good eyesight. I don't think he'd be best for this. So, pat, pat, pat. Please calm down.
They don't seem to be calming down very well. If you wanted to try to actually do something, you'd probably have to do some sort of a move, I'd suppose.
I would like to seduce or manipulate, I guess. Wouldn't that be best? Manipulate
feel
them
that.
into being calmer.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
You manipulate away.
Alright.
That is to say, do the thing first before you do.
Yeah, I did. I said I'm gonna go pat them and try to get them calmed down by like,
Hey, buddy, it's alright. Come on. We gotta do stuff. We
Okay.
gotta get together, bud.
But you have to. Okay, you told them what you want them to do, but you have to give them a reason.
give them a reason.
'Cause they're shooting at us, and we don't want them shooting at us. And you've got better eyes than me.
Sure. That doesn't look like a very good roll, though.
No, it don't. It don't look like a very good roll. Do it. Thank you.
They just break
for-
down crying.
Oh no. Guess it's Rusty's turn to be on lookout. I guess.
Have
he
we
gets
ever managed to
look.
successfully seduce or manipulate someone?
I think
I
so.
think I did like once, maybe once when I was talking to the thugs in the first episode.
Yeah, and they
We ultimately
I-
never had to do any negotiations.
I do not remember. But regardless,
I went to shit.
so you've got the guy has like a pretty alright rifle with him with like an actual scope.
Okay, I'm gonna ask to borrow that.
They don't respond.
Oh. I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder like,
Hey, I'm gonna take this from you, alright, buddy?
and just kind of yoink it out. Grab it.
Alright, rad. So how do you feel that you're going to like try to do the whole lookout / sniper person job?
Fuck. Well, I hope Rusty. Yeah, Rusty knows how to hold a gun, that's fine. So I'm gonna go over there. Doesn't know how to do it well with the sniper. I'm gonna look through the lens and try to see what I can see in my vantage point.
Did you want to? Would you say that would be like keeping an eye out?
Yeah, keeping an eye out.
Okay. So remember, for keeping an eye out, you roll sharp, 10 plus, hold 3, etc., etc. And you spend it 1 for 1 for directing allies' attention to an enemy, giving a PC ally an order, directing someone's attention to an enemy danger.
That's under.
Oh, rad.
Hey, I'm keeping an eye out, so I get to
You sure
hold
are.
3. Yippee!
So you're looking through your.
Guess Rusty has good eyes after all.
Yeah, I guess he sometimes does, huh?
I think that copper
Rusty
poisoning
learns
would
that
kill
he
him.
just needed glasses.
Better eyes than me.
I'm
Man,
keeping
looking
cl-
through this glass is making me feel real good, huh?
Wow, now I can
Man,
see
it's
what I'm
almost
eating.
Like I need these on my face.
Huh, no wonder my food's tasted bad this whole time.
So the first thing you see when you look through the lens is that the first like sort of line of defenses that they have had is essentially abandoned or being abandoned. And they're moving to whatever the second line that they have that's closer to the headquarters. In particular, you see one position that has your very own Nick Linsink fighting alongside of other combatants. Generally just trying to shoot in just about any direction. You can see the enemy, and there's a lot of them, and they're trying to get a lot closer.
Alright, well I guess I'm gonna radio that in to Lynn, let him know what's going on.
Okay. Len speaks back. Alright, thanks for the information. I'm gonna try to get some folks over there. But we're fighting a running battle right now. If you can give anyone cover, that would be absolutely wonderful. Len out.
Got it, Chief.
As he finishes that, though, there you recognize another explosion, and this time you see the explosion, because that position gets essentially blown apart, not by a direct hit, but by it hitting the sandbags in front of them. Nobody's hurt by the mortar itself; they're just kind of like thrown around, and everyone runs back to try to get to that second line. When one of the communists is shot in the leg and falls down, to which Nickel and Zink just kind of dive back, grab them, and then shove themselves into like a pretty shitty position, but with enough cover that they're not getting shot to death. You can tell that they can't fight back from this position.
I can. Who do I need to shoot? Let's figure that out. Seeing as all of my stuff is like for PC allies and not NPC allies.
Well, you see several aggressors. 3 of them are trying to charge forward under cover of that explosion.
Okay, I'm going to assume this gun has ammo, hopefully. Hasn't been drained of it.
It's actually, you recognize that it's got like a clip on it.
Oh, good.
It seems to be some sort of a carbine.
Oh, good. Okay, good. I don't have to worry about ammo for a short bit. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot one of them. Just straight up get rid of one of them.
Okay.
No problem.
Yeah, you're quite far away. I don't think they can respond to that. Did you want to do a move with that?
It's always fun to do a move rather than just let you say yeah, you do it. So that would be exchanging harm, right? Just straight up.
Could be. It could be something else.
Because it's not single. Oh, it could be seized by force.
Yeah, you're seizing like that position from these people,
Yeah.
or seizing the momentum. You know, it could be a lot of weird shit like that.
Yeah. Okay. I think. Yeah, I can't do those moves. Those moves wouldn't make sense for this. I don't have any combat-centric moves for the Hocus just yet. I do have Blood Crazed, where I can
There's
inflict
also
plus
yeah,
harm,
there's
but...
yeah, remember there's also like the tactical moves like lay down fire. That's
Down
pretty
fire.
good
Oh, yeah,
one.
lay down fire.
Providing covering fire, supporting fire, suppressing fire.
That works on everybody, so, Yeah, let's lay down some fire and God hope this works.
I believe.
Oh, so Kickbot, you've been so swell to me here lately. And that's +1 as well. I forgot to do the +1, so I
Okay, then you choose to.
get to choose 2. Oh, thank goodness. I'm gonna provide covering fire, allowing another character to move or act freely.
Nice.
And I'm going to provide suppressing fire, denying another character to move or act freely.
Oh, rad. Okay, so you start hammering down the trigger on that carbine, taking like very little time to regain your bearing on the enemy. What you manage is to essentially force them to split up and dive into that small hole that was made by the mortar. Your firing just keeps their head down, unable to actually rise out. And Nickel and Zinc managed to actually pick up the injured person and then like immediately rush to that second line,
Nice.
where they don't stop and they kind of just keep running like even further than that line, hopefully to get to that person, to someone who can help them.
Oh, thank goodness.
Giuseppe,
I'm you.
you wake up to Elena and Quill just staring at you for a good bit. You feel like you're not really seeing what you should be seeing. Like, part of your vision seems to
Pardon
be
me.
a lot of like
Yeah.
kind of big colors.
Wait. My Wi-Fi is weird, so I think you may have cut out a bit.
Elena and Quill are looking over you.
Okay.
Your vision's strange. You feel like shit.
Okay. How to start? What's going on? What's going on?
Elena starts, well, we have good news and we have bad news. Which would you like first?
Honestly, it's all gonna be bad news. Give me it first.
Okay. The bad news is you're down an eye and we're getting attacked. And that's pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah, that's not very good. Oh boy.
The good
He
news-
like feels moves his arm around to like tap where his eye used to be, which I was
Quill-
actually.
Quill like kind of pushes forward and like grabs your arm, like, nope, don't touch that.
Which eye was it again?
I'd say it's your left eye.
Okay. Time to
I
simulate
don't know
that
what
on
your-
myself.
Yeah, I don't know what your dominant eye is, but it's your left eye. But yeah, Quill like kind of hops forward, like, up, don't touch that, boss, please, Jesus. Elena goes, well, the good news is that we have your aggressor, and we're pretty sure it's dead. And I'd like to ask you your favorite color.
So I like jump. It's like, Jay, he's dead. I didn't get the final shot on that bastard. Let me at him.
No, you lay down. Give me a sec. Favorite color?
I may have mentioned it like an offhand comment before, but I really like purple. Honestly, it's a nice color,
rad.
disco color.
Rad. she rummages around in a small bin and is like, "Oh, there we go," and hands you it's a piece of cloth with a long strap, and you realize it's an eye patch.
So I gotta put this on?
If you don't want dirt getting in the cavity.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good reason.
Unfortunately, we are quite low on glass eyes. I go through them a little too quick.
Yeah, it's fine. I just need something to cover it up, I guess. I'll get used to it. Actually, honestly, I'll be honest, I haven't had worse, but I could say that.
Well, I'm glad you're taking this amicably, but you
Things
start to
go-
hear some very loud sounds coming from outside the door of the tent, and everyone gets on edge. Rusty, you realize that while you were looking at the carnage that was taking place on the very edge of the line, that since you did a good keep an eye out roll, I'll say that you see them and can react to them. You realize that there's a small contingency of, I'd say, 4 people who have seemingly kind of just completely like gone around the fighting and are right outside the medical building.
Oh shit. Guess let. I don't know how to switch who I'm talking to on the walkie-talkie. I guess if that walkie-talkie can do that, so I guess I let Len know while. Hey, fucking medic bay's got 4 people up there. You said 4 people, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Let him know. Then he can
Okay,
let
so,
the appropriate people know.
All right, direct a PC ally's attention to the enemy.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just say that it's kind of a big old broadcast thing. Walkie-talkies aren't that sophisticated, so like everyone's hearing everything really.
Okay, good. We're on the correct channel for everybody. Got it.
So, Giuseppe, you hear pretty clearly a bark from Elena's radio that says, "There's 4 dudes right outside." Quill backs the fuck off, and like kind of starts to try to fumble for a gun, but Elena immediately stands up and reaches for her sidearm.
Hey,
what
where's
do you-
my... Oh, sorry, what were you gonna say?
What do you do?
I guess I ask out loud, where's my big gun? Where are my stuff?
Elena kicks over a medical cart over, and it's a bunch of your shit. And right on top is your rad gun.
Well, I don't know how well I can aim anymore, but I'm certainly not letting anyone else suffer this kind of injury. And then I like push my blankets, push my sheets away, and like get up somewhat slowly.
You've got your stuff on still.
Okay.
Considering like the only thing that was really hurt was your eye.
Yeah.
You do feel very sore all over, especially on your upper arms where Jerry was squeezing you. But mostly what hurts is just your head, and you can't really do anything about that, it seems. But regardless, one person just kicks the fuck out of that door, and like it flies open, breaking off its hinges, and begins to dash in. What are you doing?
Let me look at my combat moves for a second. This won't take too long. So yeah, I'm here with 2 other people. I feel like I'd want to something. I think we want to hold our position in the medical bay. I think defend something you hold are the action I want to take. So how would I do that? I want to. Okay, I want to like brandish my gun, and the person who's like approaching fastest and closest, I want to blast him with my knife gun. I think that would be a defend something you hold.
All right, let me just real quick fuck with my bullshit because I forgot that I still haven't saved the new and good 2nd edition book y'all are using because I'm a fool.
Also, would that also mean Apom gets a +1 since he's going
Indeed.
with me?
So
nice.
that +1 means that you get to choose one more choice.
One more choice.
For whatever you.
Okay.
So like you roll and you get to choose one more than you actually normally do because you've been alerted to the presence of enemies.
This is just hypothetical. Do I take any like aiming penalties because of my lack of depth perception?
Nah.
Okay, that's fair. That's a roll plus hard. Let me check my hard again. It's 2. This will be another. I think this will be another mark for me. So Come on, going for a good one.
Does that song really just cut out like that?
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
Wow, that's
Come on, good rolls. Give me the money.
Nice.
Yes.
Good shit.
very good.
So that gives
So,
me. Do I get all 4 then?
you pretty much do.
Okay. Yep.
Nice.
So you do some rad shit.
A little harm, hold it decisively against your enemies advanced, and impress dismay fighting.
So, you feel like woozy from like just I don't know pain and trauma. But the moment someone kicks that shit in, you recognize like an extreme to kill that motherfucker. And as that person like hops in, there's the other two also kind of like try to go through the door, and that pretty much gives you like a whole fish and barrel situation where they just like start getting blasted to pieces. Elena like fires her handgun into the front person, while you get a shot off like on their leg that pretty much just completely trips them, and they don't get back up. The other two are peppered by a couple more shots from you and Quill, but the other two they are still standing.
Man,
They get some shots off on your folks, which is to say, Elena takes 2 shots. One bounces messily off of her like metal cranium, and the other one digs into her hip, to which she kind of like immediately kind of crouches, like Jesus fuck. They pretty much don't get much in the way at you all. You take a grazing shot to your shoulder for 1 harm, and Quill gets a shot that you think hits her shoe, and like kind of some blood starts pouring out of there. But you just kind of like keep hammering your triggers, and they're on the ground, and you're not.
I'm just brutal now.
Elna like kind of hobbles up and sits back on her chair and is like, grabs her radio and is like, "Thanks for the call out. We're fine here. Try not to let any more through. Out." And she turns to you, Giuseppe. I think it'd be much better if you were to go out there and help. They don't seem to have much in the way of actual orders. Lena is probably taking on way too much bullshit by her own, and could probably use some help. Quill, stay here. I need somebody to fix this. I can't work on this on my own. Quill takes off her shoe and realizes that one of her toes is shot off, and is like, "Oh shit, that's fuck." She just takes a roll of bandages and like, just kind of, there's nothing she can do for this. She just like covers it up in bandages as best she can, and she moves to get Elena onto the gurney. Boss, I trust you.
I trust you too. The best medicine person I know.
That's sad.
You stay here. Keep your weapons close. I don't know if anyone more is gonna come, but I'm gonna go out there, and then I go out there to be ready to lead them around.
All right. You step out and you.
Also, I guess I'm reloading on the way.
Yeah, that's good. You step outside and you see Lena at what appears to be some sort of like radio position, barking orders to like this, that, and everything else. But she spots you coming out of there and is like, "Jesus Christ. Okay, you here now, quick."
How long has this been going on? What do I need to do?
It hasn't been long. Shit's still fucked. I need you to go to the eastern position and to shore up our people. It's complete chaos over there. People are getting through, and we can't have that.
Can do.
You run out over to the eastern position, and true enough, things are pretty fucking weird. You recognize that lots of people seem to be shell shocked. A lot of the explosions have been like hitting over here since the first line had fallen in the western sector. People aren't firing back, and people are able to like hop over defenses. This is probably where I should remind folks that there's the gang rules for combat, considering you could consider like pretty big groups of people gangs. You're basically just doing a move with the gang as a weapon. Yep, it's simple. The only difference is that when you take damage, it depends a little bit on position in the gang, as well as how big the gang is.
So I'm trying to. Did you pin them at some point, or are they just in the?
They're just in the book.
Okay.
Let me see what they are exactly.
It's page 31. Or under harm. You can also click harm on the bookmark.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Using a gang as a weapon.
King is weapon.
Basically, it's like they inflict and suffer harm as established. Except that if there's a size mismatch, then things change.
Okay. So how big's my gang compared to them at the moment?
Right now, it's only just you. You'd have to try to rally people into a gang.
Okay.
So you'd have to, I suppose, try to do something.
So just trying to manage some tabs. They went weird places. So I'm thinking of how to one together to have a gang. Still getting back to the swing of things. What do I want to do? Would this be doing something under fire?
You can consider
To
that.
like doing something under fire, I'd want to like call everyone around. It's like, hey, everyone, follow me. I can handle this. Or something like
Okay.
that. Follow the man. Follow the man with the nice eye patch.
Follow Big Boss. Except he's purple. But yeah, you can go ahead and try to rally them by doing so under fire. You can suppose that the fire is general anxieties of speaking to a crowd.
Okay, so that would be I roll plus hot because of one of my moves.
Okay,
So that's +2.
Real nice. +2 is gonna be real nice for you.
Come on, come on.
that's pretty good.
I'll take that. Yeah.
It works. So you call out, but the problem is that you recognize that if you don't wade in there yourself, they're not going to be able to stay together. Like they look to you and they recognize that you're there and that you're trying to rally them and they want to be rallied, but like nobody's moving yet. And so you realize that you have to get in there if you're going to really get them.
Then I do so. I get closer.
All right, you start running up to their defensive positions and they realize they actually, oh, okay, you're actually helping. All right. And they start kind of becoming a bit more organized, fighting a bit more in earnest, pushing at least a little bit harder. You have a gang. I'll say it's a medium gang. 1 armor, 3 damage.
Okay.
No, wait. No, 2 damage.
Okay.
Or 2 harm. That's the word. But yeah, you have a gang under your control, and you have some enemies that are fighting with cover from something lobbing high explosives at you.
Nice.
And you are currently in the middle of the gang. Or,
Okay.
let's see, there's like positions they specifically state. It's like, a strong leader, a present leader, a gang pulled together, needs to harm, depends on her role. Okay, you're the prominent leader, so you'd suffer the same harm that the gang does if you take harm.
Okay.
So note that. But yeah, you can use them to fight back.
Okay.
You recognize that the enemy isn't as organized as you've suddenly made everyone. So if you were to fight, they would be considered a small gang. So you would be taking less damage, and they would be taking damage. So what would you like to do with your newfound power?
So I can use any of the combat moves with that?
Yep.
Okay.
Any that aren't the tactical or support moves. Except for lay down fire, I think you can do that.
Yeah. Just taking a look at them. Exchange harm, seize by force. Don't think there's anything to seize at the moment. Can't do single comment. I mean single combat.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to do with a gang. My single gang against your single gang.
All right, guys, hold off. I gotta fist fight their leader for dominance.
I mean, that'd be just normal single combat, and that'd be rad as fuck. But you do not recognize anybody as a leader in this group.
Okay.
If they're taking any orders, it is from a distant leader at that.
Okay. Let's see. Seize by force, I'd say, looking at what are my options to seize by force? They're not really in secure position, so we're not like, are we surrounded or?
You're not
No.
surrounded, but they are pretty heavily opposed to your position. Like, if you consider your position a line, they've stacked up quite well as a line themselves. No particular concentrations.
I think I'd want to. I feel like I'd want to seize something by force if I can like if I could take the area they have and like I guess like move forward in the fight.
Okay, so you're basically trying to like organize a charge.
Yeah,
All right. Go ahead and roll that.
be roll plus hard. Man, I'm actually really glad I invested so much in a hard.
Yeah, it's a pretty good thing.
Come on, be a good one. It can't be bad that bad.
One sidekick fight.
Yes,
Pretty good. So you get 2 choices, and you're using your gang.
Okay, if I choose, so I want to suffer. I never like inflicting terrible harm normally. I like to suffer a little harm, take definite undeniable control, and impress the smear fighting.
This is just 2 of them.
Oh yeah. Then suffer a little harm and show him who's boss.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that second part. If anything, you could type it out real quick, because for some reason it's
Okay.
getting weirdly choppy. Most of the time it's fine, but it just does not want you to get those words out. Okay. So
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
You order everyone to like kind of you do this thing that you saw once in something you read, where you have people break into teams, where some people shoot at the enemy's position to keep them from popping up, and another team rushes forward, and they kind of like switch those roles. And slowly but surely, you realize that, or the enemy realizes that, like you're kind of just right up on them. But they still can't move because they're still getting shot at. But even despite that, some of them break and start to flee. And of course, when they run, they get shot. And as more people get shot, more people start to freak out. And so you've essentially caused like a complete rout of their position. People are running, people are getting shot, and your folks are taking advantage, or complete advantage, of the complete inability of the enemy to do anything about it. You've essentially completely like destroyed their position, and you haven't taken any damage from it.
Very nice.
Yep, good job. Do you want to call that in?
This is what?
Oh, go on.
This is going surprisingly well for me so far.
Yeah, good rolls do that. But some things are getting a little weird. You hear some more chatter from the radio, and you realize that whatever position you weren't in is not faring so well. Rusty, you've kind of spent a good while doing absolutely everything you can, to little avail, as the left side kind of is starting to fall apart. More and more positions are falling apart, despite whatever cover you've been given them, and it's getting a bit precarious over there.
Don't like that. Could you repeat that last part again? I'm so sorry.
They've fallen, or let's see.
So I'm having signal issues.
Yeah, it seems to be what's happening to everybody. Thanks, Internet.
Thanks.
Thanks, Discord.
No, I'm having a fucking spatial moment.
Okay. Basically, the area that you were assigned to is kind of starting to fall apart.
Alright.
People are getting pushed back heavily. Things aren't going very well.
I'm gonna continuously give this information in to Lynn or anybody. Just give it out.
Okay,
Constant updates.
Like, would you consider that like giving orders or instructions?
Yeah, I can repeat my holds, right? Like I can do the same thing over and over again. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'd like to keep doing that then.
Okay, so you're still doing the direct appeal to the allies' attention to them.
Yeah.
Okay, then this is pretty good. Because Lug, you hear that over the radio, and Rusty, you realize that there's some more folks that have gotten through, and they're going up on Lorum's workshop. And again, you warn people of the coming danger, and then there's a big explosion, and the front of Lorum's shop, or Lorum's like workshop, is just not there anymore, as well as the people who were trying to get in.
And I'm in there, right?
Yeah, all quiet on the set. I really hope that this gets through the fucking... Your lug pumper. You're currently in a cramped, sweaty place where the only outside visibility is from a few slits in the various welded plates that make up your space's armor. You have only 2 ways of interacting with the outside world: a walkie-talkie, with which you speak to them, and what can only be called a cannon, that has a handle for limited traverse so you can deal out horror to anyone who opposes you. You are Lug Pumper, and you
Oh,
are
no.
currently the gunner for a terrifying contraption of Lorem's creation.
I love it.
Right now, you only know 3 things. 1, the basis of operating the turret and the cannon. 2, that Lorem wants you to speak over the radio to allies to protect this machine. And 3, the name of this machine.
Oh no.
I've had all this time to be quiet, and I wish you would have told me to think of a good name earlier so I could have thought of it.
No, I've sent you the name. The name of the machine you're currently responsible for. Lug Pumper, you will bring the walkie-talkie to your mouth. What do you say?
This is Lug Pumper, and I'm in the pansy. I need you to protect me.
Oh no.
At first, nobody really replies, and fighting just kind of goes on. But everybody starts to realize that something has completely changed about the fighting. And they look around to each other and they go, "Protect the pansy!" Now, Lug Pumper, what do you do?
What can I see? What can I see?
You have a
from this
small, scope with which use to give directions. You can see that there's several positions in front of you that are laying down some hell on your people.
Which one looks like it's slowing down the worst?
There's a particular group that has 8 people stacked on the second floor of a building.
Ooh. Is it a building we currently have control of before?
You had control, they do.
What building is it then?
It's no building you particularly recognize as a use for. You think that it might have been some sort of a barracks. You've got this wonderful little machine, don't you?
I don't think they'd mind if they had a little bit of a second floor missing. I think I'm gonna aim at them. And I'm just gonna start laying down fire on these folks that are up on this second floor and on this roof.
Alrighty. Do you want that to be the move, lay down fire?
Yeah, lay down fire.
Okay. So go ahead and roll hard.
Roll hard. Let me check my hard.
It's pretty okay. You do get at least one choice. What would you like it to be?
Provide suppressing fire, denying them any a way to move. They can't act.
Okay, you hammer down. You actually have a little chain that you pull in order to fire this thing, and you yank that chain, and fire and brimstone erupts at your hands as an explosion goes off on the corner of the building. That doesn't do particular damage to it, but you know that nobody's going near those windows for a good long while. If you realize that doing so has led up a considerable amount of bullets from the enemy side, and your people are taking hits, and they're starting to try to move up on that building to take advantage of the lack of shooting that's going on. You've got to explain more about your little position. You're in a incredibly little cramped compartment. Lorem is on a smaller, even smaller, lower part, where she's controlling the wheels with these 2 levers. You can barely hear each other over the hell that this engine is making. You can't believe this thing is moving at all. But you've got a little rack to your side that has a bunch of cans filled with explosives that you slot into a little breech that you can then lock and then fire. It takes a while to load, but you think you're getting the hang of it after the 2 shots you've managed. Rusty, you see a horrible box moving along the road. It just shoots fire and like explosives at a building and just kind of immediately changes the way the battle's going. What do you do?
Shoot the driver.
Trucker scream?
Yeah,
I think we trucker scream.
Yeah, trucker scream. God, don't like this. Don't like it. What can I do? What can I do other than just watch? Is there anything else going on?
On Giuseppe's side, he's essentially completely taken over the position. His forces are fighting solidly. The only particular problem is the left side. Even despite the bullshit that's going on, everybody really kind of immediately recognizes that the horrible box, the pansy, is definitely the biggest threat, and so people are trying to maneuver closer to that so that they don't have to, get blasted out of hell. Essentially, you realize that the pansy's getting surrounded.
So I guess I can use my last hold on telling the dude freaking out that there's no hey, I'm gonna let Lug know that there's some bullshit that they've essentially aimed at Lug, and to be careful. Hey, dude, they're around you. They're coming for you, bud.
Hey, buddy. Buddy, they're around you, buddy. What the fuck is that? What are you in?
A pansy!
Giuseppe, you recognize that there's Lug's voice over the radio, and that there's also twice as many explosions as you were hearing before. What do you do?
I guess first I noticed that tank. It's oh hell. Only
Yeah, you
2
can
people
see
I
it
know could operate a thing like that, and they're both nuts.
Yeah, you can see it in the great distance. Not the great distance. It's a fair ways. Your position seems pretty stable, and you think that it'd be all right if you broke off.
Like
Would you like to, or do you want to stick around here to help out?
I feel like we should go near the tank and make sure it's supported.
Okay. Do you want to go yourself, or are you taking some people?
Is there anyone named in my group, or is it just their people?
Bung and Darnell are with you. They were one of the first people to try to help rally to your cause.
I want them to come with me. Stay around.
All right. Yeah. You order that the people who are here just hold the line. You realize that some logistics personnel are pulling up extra ammo and shit. So you're pretty sure this position is taken for good. Bung nods, and Darnell it'd be kind of fucking annoying if you didn't feel so good about just having destroyed the enemy so good, but he kind of does this kind of, the only way I can say it is the Nutshack swagger. That one dude does. He kind of just does this big dumb fucking bullshit.
Oh boy, now I need to find a video of that.
That's not good. No, nobody needs to know that. If they already know that, then okay. But nobody new needs to know this.
You know?
You don't know what the Nutshack is. Why are you on the internet?
Yeah, why are you
need to be,
here?
doing
Why are you
something
listening to
good
us?
with your life.
This is the Nutshack podcast.
No, I'm saying if you don't know what it is, why aren't you out there doing something good with your life? Why are
Anyway.
you here?
Yeah, you move your way, you make your way, and you realize that you're actually kind of moving up behind some shitty folks who are trying to get around Pansy. What do you do to them?
Let's see.
They haven't noticed you yet.
feel like I want to try scare tactics because that seems to be what I'm best at, like scaring the shit out of everyone who comes near me now. Alright, I don't think I want to be bait. I don't think that could work out. Maybe stand Overwatch? I think so. Defend someone. Should I
That's a
stand
wait.
Overwatch for my for the tank, or defend the tank from attack with Seized by Force?
Yeah, I guess it depends. If you want to, like, are you trying to react to them doing something, or are you just taking the initiative yourself?
I think I want to react in this case.
Okay, then standing Overwatch works.
I want to stand Overwatch. So I want to yeah, gather my group, my trio together. We see someone trying to hit the tank in any notable by firing towards them or going towards them in any reason to scare them off.
All right. Yeah, you all kind of stack up behind a couple of buildings that have a good clear view of both the tank and the people. Let's see. Lug.
We need to roll for that.
Oh yeah, you do.
Good.
Pretty all right. So you choose one of these.
I'd
You
say
either inflict your harm before they do anything, or you just do a lot of harm.
inflict before they can carry out the attack.
Okay. Just so you know, you're probably considered like a small gang, so you do a bit more damage to them
Okay.
because you got you're 3 people. It's a small gang. You're a
Yeah.
couple of nerds, a couple of thugs.
Wait, do I get any bonuses because I made my Kura gang, or not at the moment because I'd have to gather them all together?
That's for your whole gang.
Okay.
Just this whole little gaggle you got right now.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey Lug.
Yeah.
You're pretty sure that you can't see too well, but you think that you're surrounded.
You said there was a small group trying to rush the pansy.
At the moment, you can see a group. Or they aren't trying to rush; they're just trying to get close so that you can't hit them too well.
Are they grouped up together?
You recognize that there's. Let's see. On a building that's opposite to the one that you hit, you see the telltale, the well-known to you look of fire and bottles. And you realize that there's a couple folks that are trying to burn you. They've got Molotov cocktails. All 3 of the windows have people who are just about ready to go.
How far would you say this is in feet away from me?
I'd say it's on the threshold between close and far. It's well within any range that you want to shoot. You have certainly loaded. The breach works kind of weirdly in that, when you push it in, it pushes a lot faster than you think it will. So you almost every single time you almost seem to clip your fucking fingers with it.
And how accurate is this gun?
It's not, but the explosion is.
I want to do 3 separate shots, each at a window that one of these fools is in.
I think you get 1 shot off in the time that it takes to do a move.
Okay.
It's slow, but it's devastating.
The group of windows that has the most people, the group.
Okay.
So that'd just be hard.
Depends on what you're trying to do. Are you trying to do any particular move, or are you just trying to exchange harm?
I think I'm just gonna lay down fire on them. Again, I think this would be laying down fire.
Yeah,
that would be +2, and plus because Seth told me people are coming up, that would also be +1, so that'd be 9.
The +1 is actually to choice, so you
just
can
choice.
choose it
Oh,
on a
right.
choice completely.
Okay,
So,
so
You get
use 3 in total.
yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so I want to deny them the chance to throw anything.
Okay.
I want to inflict harm on them,
Uh-huh.
and I want to provide supporting fire.
Okay. So you yank that chain once more, and the whole second floor just goes up in flames. Like, the Molotovs were ready, and you kind of fucked that up for them. All 3 of whatever rooms they were in is just gone. Like, the brick facade is just devastated. Nobody's living in that fucking area for a long time. On top of that, you remember that Lauren told you that there's a little extra, like, coaxial machine gun that's basically just like one of their SMGs tied to a couple spokes that's you can kind of lean down to like spray, and you grab that and you just kind of spray wildly in any direction you can, which like doesn't hit anybody, but it does
Scares the fuck out of them.
Yeah, it scares the fuck out of them. This horrible thing can shoot too. What the fuck? Let's see. Giuseppe, a couple of folks tried to break out from their positions, just kind of straight up just booking it in the direction of the tank. But you had your eye on them. And each of you just like one shot, one kill, just pop them onto the ground. 3 people just dead.
I think that's like 5 people dead for me now. Probably more actually.
Probably more.
I'm racking up now. That's how it be.
The rest of them like realize, oh fuck, they're pretty much in trying to surround the tank, the pansy. They've got themselves surrounded, and they are starting to try to move away. Rusty, you hear a bark on the radio, because there's another explosion in addition to the one the pansy shot that landed right next to the pansy. You hear Lena herself saying, Rusty, I'm going to need you to do something that I don't know if you'll be able to do, but I want to ask you anyway.
Alright.
I need you to take out that mortar right now.
Alright.
Can you see them?
Can I see them?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not? Okay, then I'll tell her, no, I cannot.
Yeah, whatever position that you think they're in, because you can see the smoke trails, they are behind at least one building. Wherever they are, you can't see them. Lena's like, okay, Rusty, Lauren's told me a bit about you. Things that she knows just because she's kind of like you. Can you do some weird bullshit?
Oh no.
Sure.
What's happening?
I need you to do some weird bullshit.
I'll
Can
try.
you? She says something about her brain. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. I'm not a weirdo. I need you to do
Oh,
that.
he perks up like, oh, brain. I know what that is, at least. Alright.
I've always wanted one of those.
I've got one of those right here, and he passed the egg. No. Alright, so let's see. How are we gonna go about using my fucking augury? My plus augury! Where is it? Oh, it's scrolled up. Hold on, I had it open, and then I scrolled up to look at that. There it is! There it is! There's the augury that I have plus of.
You'd need, just to say, you'd need your cult nearby.
Oh, I would
augury.
need that for that? Okay, well I don't
Yeah.
have them nearby, so I cannot use my augury. Aw. Hey, can I rub this dude's head that's freaking out and use him?
Unfortunately, he does not believe in you.
Oh, he doesn't.
No.
You
Wow,
sacrifice his
jerk.
corpse? You sacrifice his corpse to use for.
Eat some bullet
Extra
shell.
artery?
Eat some bullet casings and make him believe.
Uh, yeah, you know what? No, I don't think I have enough time to do that. Okay, so I guess I'm opening my brain. So
Golly.
how would this help? Where is that under? Yeah, I did it. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'll understand. I'll understand what that means.
Okay.
Oh, that would be under the squiggly harm. Where is squiggly harm?
Reading or opening your brain?
Yeah, for opening my brain.
Oh no, that's just a move.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna try to.
It's basically.
Can I just rub my temples and kind of the egg? Can that work? Do I have the
sure.
egg with me? Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
I
you
have
got the egg with you
Okay,
at all times.
good, good.
Use an egg.
So you're basically trying. What are you trying to find out?
I want to figure out where
can-
this thing is and what the fuck to do about it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Woofa doofa.
Full 12.
boy.
Yippee! Little child's flash game. Yippee!
Josie just like over here, like shit. I expected them to get more bad rolls. They're steamrolling him. What do I
So-
do?
That's fine. Okay. Let me. Rusty, you kind of close your eyes and give the little egg a bit of a, a little jostle, a little like a cooing, like a rub.
Nice.
My baby.
Baby.
And you once again kind of like empty your brain of thought, and you open your eyes. And when you open your eyes, you kind of can see more than you think you should be able to see. It's more like you're kind of not yourself.
Hey, am I
And
allowed
you look around for a moment because everything feels kind of like a little too light. And you have a moment of incredible nausea and vertigo when you kind of like look at yourself.
to... Ugh. Don't like that. Wanna...
But then you kind of you jerk yourself away, you look away. And remember the purpose of this. And you fly your little, your newfound eyes over to where you think that the Mora position is. And you fly straight from your little area, through a building's window, through a curtain, and you can see very clearly a nicely placed box with a label that has a big explosion symbol on it.
Oh good, I don't need to read. Can I fuck that up? Would that be good? Would fucking
You
that up?
definitely could, I suppose.
Could I grab that and give it to myself, or does that not work like that?
No, you'd have to probably. I'd say this would be the same. Like, it's not like you're gonna miss. You don't like move out of this like aerial eye position as you feel your own actual body moving, picking up the gun, not even looking through the sight, laying it on of this little bipod, getting into position, and then firing. But you get a wonderful little view of that box going up in flames, and then several people getting engulfed in that horrible explosion.
Oh god, I'm so sorry, whoops!
Everyone else recognizes probably the biggest explosion of the night, just coming from a good half a mile away.
Nice. Fuck him up, Rusty.
Too tired. Giuseppe's too tired for this.
The enemy realizes that they've lost what they're pretty much their major advantage, and starts to just completely just run in the opposite direction. What few of them remain, because golly, did a lot of them die. Lug, you're still in the pansy. What are you doing?
Are they retreating?
They are.
Any big groups of them retreating?
Some of them are a little grouped up.
Yeah, lay down fire.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead with that.
God damn it, +2. That's a 5. Okay.
Maybe just get one.
I mean, just opportune shot.
Okay. You take a good shot at them. It doesn't hit them, but the shrapnel like bites into their backs, and like while they don't stop, they kind of like hobble all the more. Lena calls over the radio. I think that's it. Everybody get back to base. I'm having a meeting.
I hear that too.
Rusty, you heard that too.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to tell that to the dude who's still probably panicking over all that. Pat his
They've
head.
kind of calmed down, but they're not responding.
Okay.
Yeah, I just sort of like rein my two buddies in and like slowly walk back. I'm pretty much just like stunned that like explosion happened out of nowhere. It's quite the sight.
Bung looks particularly shaken.
I
Darnell's
like-
just kind of like,
Yeah.
holy fuck, bro.
And I like pat Bung's back. I know he's like saved my life, and like I haven't had to like sit down and thank him yet.
Yeah, Bung lets it happen. So let's see. Rusty went down from his perch, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and Apom drifted back over to the headquarters.
Yep.
And Lug, how did you leave?
I guess I'm just kind of sitting up here as it gets kind of driven back to parking.
The drive back is a bit slower because you realize as you peek out of the hatch in the top of the turret that the back left drive wheel pretty much just got blown off.
Oh no.
A couple of those mortar shots got way too close. If it was any closer, you'd have just been like popped in your own can.
Yeah, in that case, I'm gonna get out, use some of the weight on this so it can move a little bit faster.
Lorm gives you a thumbs up as you leave.
And I give one back for a moment. There's nothing that really happens, and then I go on.
Just kind of like an awkward, like, good job, okay, all right, bye.
Log debated that, Seth. Log debated that.
So a good maybe 15 minutes later, everybody's all gathered up again. And Lena addresses everybody. This is it. I believe that was the last desperate attempt at any sort of operation that they had. I think that was pretty much almost everyone. I know this because I knew everyone. I suppose that's the problem of having what I consider a great big family, is that sometimes you gotta kill them. This afternoon, I want as many people on that peak as possible, and I want to take it back. Are you willing to do this one last thing for me?
Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
I'd say so. Maybe you might have to do a favor for me. I should discuss to you about that thing you have strapped wherever.
About that,
Oh no.
Elena wheels herself into the tent. I don't have anything to say in my defense. It's gone.
God fucking damn it.
The belts are all snapped. I don't know when it happened. We were in the building the whole time.
Should have stabbed him through the heart. I should have gone in there and shot him again. Fucking Jerry.
should have gotten a shot off.
Should I explain? I feel like I should explain my anger and everything.
You don't need to explain. Some of our people have heard plenty from passing merchants.
Wait, what?
He's
Your problem-
literally known.
Excuse
Your
me?
problem isn't exclusive to yourselves.
How many of them are
There's more of this guy is frequent.
He seems to get around.
What is he?
I'm so
Bastard.
I'm so
I'm just like
sorry.
swearing under my breath at this moment. I can't make a coherent thought anymore.
What is he?
Save that energy for the peak, Gwendon. I don't think that there's any more defenses that they can put up against us. it will simply be a final brutal moment against the Queen under the mountain. End session.
Fucking got away again. I'm gonna fucking shoot that fucking bastard.
So I'm glad
Listen.
that that went pretty well. I like that. That was a good session, I'd say.
We just kind of just
Listen.
ruined. We kind of ruined them in like a single mount. I thought we were gonna have sessions like of claiming back everything, but like nope, they came to us and we got them.
I was literally, I'm not kidding. At the very beginning, I wanted to look for Giuseppe's bat that I gave him a long time ago, and just use that thing to bash Jerry over the head with. I knew he wasn't dead. I
Yeah, I
fucking
knew it
called
wasn't.
it.
I knew you weren't going to like let us have a chance to go get him back.
Also, because I didn't want the whole storyline to end with just Bung busted his head and that's it.
Yeah, I know.
I
can't
do
wait
want to
get-
have you all have the satisfaction of the final kill.
I'm gonna blast him in the face. Everyone.
Apon
bastard.
steals an
I'm gonna
eye.
get him.
So, thoughts, accolades, admonishments.
It was pretty nice. I showed my skill as a leader. Just like got up, shot people, got together people and shot more people, then got to gather a smaller amount of people and shot them together. I think it went pretty well.
I feel like at first I was kind of thinking I don't really have much to do, but I feel like that was completely made up for.
Yeah, I was
Because-
planning on
Hey.
like the way that I kind of structured it was that as it went on, the people who did the least would get to do more later. So like Apom was asleep for most of it, and then he wakes up, and then he has to control like a whole gang, and then you don't have anything to do for a long time. Then you get to be in a fucking tank.
I like to imagine that all that downtime was me. It was the two of us getting it ready,
Right.
and that I feel like that's a good way to know that that's how Lug knew what it was called beforehand.
Yeah.
So
Seth,
you let Lug knew that he was gonna be driving a tank beforehand.
No.
As soon as it happened, Josie sent me a message that is just 2 words: the pansy.
Seth, how do you feel about it?
A little upset I could not cheer that dude up and help him out in any way, but I mean, it worked out in the end, I guess, because turns out Rusty's got good eyesight, thankfully. Thankfully the copper poisoning has not taken his eyesight yet.
Also, he like telekinesis or whatever
Yeah.
that was. Just
Some weird clairvoyance shit, huh?
Yeah, I just fucked that up.
we're gonna ask about that later. We're gonna be concerned about how he
No.
just blew up a city block.
No, it's I just pat the egg like, shh, no, it's okay. It's alright, don't worry about it.
The egg took the gun and shot.
Yeah, he got
Wait,
the egg shot for me.
I mean, did anybody really see Rusty do it?
Yeah, did y'all see me do it? No.
Rusty didn't even see him
Still,
do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's
didn't
funny,
even
it's like,
see
oh
me
my-
do it.
I'm still going with my headcanon that Rusty does have at least some sort of psychic ability. That way, that the thing that I want to make will make sense.
Oh, you're gonna make another thing?
Of course,
Uh,
he's gonna make more shit.
Oh
He's
no,
a
no,
savvy
no,
head.
no! I mean like the art I want to
Like,
do.
yeah.
Oh,
The
Yeah.
art
I mean, yeah.
where, with the floating knives.
Yeah, he's already discussed this with me, and I think it's fucking rad as hell.
yeah.
Oh,
I
boy.
heard a little bit, and it sounds pretty kick-ass.
I just need to get good reference images. But if you find it that easy to believe, finding good images of hands and the OK symbol, very hard to do.
No.
Yeah.
Like shitty.
Uh,
Because fun fact, that was a thing, and that's just a thing, and it's not a thing anymore. You can't just look for something like that and not get the most mimetic bullshit.
You would think the mimetic bullshit would at least give you something, wouldn't it?
No,
No,
because
the
it's
hands
gonna
are
be-
kind of bullshit and kind of
Yeah.
bad.
If you think you look at as many emojis and emoticons as you want, and if you can find something that is a good reference, tell me, and I will give you $20.
Take a picture of your hand.
I won't, but for
take-
real.
Hey, take a picture of your hand doing it. That's what I do.
That's literally what I did before, but like at the same time, the way I want to do it like this is weird because I can't get a good picture because it'll have to face away, and it's just
Ask somebody else in your family, hey, can you do this for me? And let me take a
I will
picture.
ask my dad, who is bedridden from his surgery,
Yeah.
to sit up do
Okay, hand
a
emoji.
meditation pose.
Oh, why don't you just look that up?
Well, that's part of the thing. They're not in the way I want them. They have their hands down. I want the hands.
Oh, okay. Edit your
Yeah, more like an
images.
ohm kind of thing.
Yeah.
Some sort
I
of
think I
guru type shit. What were you
I
saying?
I think I rolled 2 hard rolls. Muck away from an improvement.
Oh yeah. Did everybody like keep track of?
We aren't doing HX yet because next session counts as our end, right?
I mean, we could do HX.
I mean, we didn't really. The main problem is we didn't finish this session. This was all us like being independent stuff.
I mean,
I
we
mean,
came
even
together at the
regardless, you
end.
saw the things that you did, so it's like,
Yeah.
we can decide that now. Who knew Giuseppe better after this?
It's a hard one.
That'd be
I would probably
Italy.
say Seth because Seth was getting a good overhead view and watching everything.
And screaming. Yelling orders.
What do you think, K-Palm?
I'd say probably Rusty.
Okay.
So do I
Uh,
mark that, or does Rusty?
No, Rusty marks that
Okay.
because
Uh,
Rusty's the one that knows you better.
That means you get to reset on my chart. Yep.
All right.
Hey, that's
He goes to +1.
+1. Alright.
Yep.
And I get to mark experience.
Who knows Lug better?
I saw Lug. Like couple. I guess I didn't see Lug in the tank, but I assumed it was him in there because he's the only one crazy enough to operate such a thing.
I got to watch him operate the tank and cried about it.
That's a tough one because they both did see me, but I feel like the fact that Giuseppe could just kind of tell that it was Lug speaks a little bit more about it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Giuseppe.
All right.
Alright. Let me mark that. That'll give me an experience bubble. That'll get me to.
And I forget,
Level
do
3.
I get one too because of that or no?
No, this is A-Palm, or this is Giuseppe knowing you better.
Okay. Yeah, I need to fill that one. I need to mark that, and that'll give me. So I go back to +1.
Yep.
Okay.
And finally, who learned more about Rusty?
Oh, that's gonna be fun. I guess I'm going to say Giuseppe did. Guess he heard me barking orders a bit more, yeah.
Okay. So Giuseppe like saw a side of you that you didn't see usually. That was like you telling people to do shit and you not being weird about it.
Yeah, not being weird about it. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. Rusty certainly did not involving black magic this session.
I mean, that's wrong. That's incorrect.
Okay, so that's +2. So I actually get like 2 more bubbles, which means I actually have another level, which came surprisingly fast. But I don't want to choose
wow.
something with it yet.
Yeah, quite a few rolls quickly in this session.
So I'm gonna
that's how combat goes.
And I gained a level.
You did?
I did.
Nice. Rusty, how'd you do?
I only rolled hard. I think.
You had hard marked, right?
What now?
You had hard marked, didn't you?
Yeah. I think I only rolled for hard once, yeah. And then the other time was sharp because that's how the other roll was. Because all I really rolled for was seducing and manipulate. Oh yeah, seducing and manipulating for that one dude to try to make him feel better. And then let me go back up to the. Then I kept an eye out, which was plus sharp. And oh yeah, okay, so I got 2. I did mark 1, but that means I have 3 experience. I did not level up.
Okay.
Did not improve myself. Got 2 more.
So we should get next time. So I get to pick my third like improvement now, but I don't know what I'm gonna pick yet. So I'll just wait until the next. I'll just hang around and ask you guys if I need ideas for it.
Okay.
Maybe pick a move from another playbook now.
If
I can find anything good, maybe something related to gangs.
Let's see. You mean like a move or? Oh yeah, this way.
Yeah,
Um,
for like get a move from another playbook.
Yeah, you got 2 of those left, I think. Uh,
Could get a move
What?
from my own playbook, but I don't know what would be most useful of that.
hmm.
I haven't had to do much negotiation lately. Could use like my hard and hard are like the same, right? I couldn't use double with a blade.
What does Lug think?
I'm looking at other characters' move.
Hmm. Do you want to kind of, I don't know, exist and talk to each other for a while?
Alright, then
Sure.
I'll stop.
Maybe.
I'll
I
stop
may
recording
be.
then.
Okay.
Bye everyone. See you next
Bye,
session where we
everyone.
take on Big Dumb Mountain.
Big Dumb Mountain. Right.